know if this is a good idea or not, but I'm going to try making some little foot extensions. Well, these turned out reasonably well. There's a little bit of flashing here, which that'll be pretty easy to clean off. I don't see any major issues with them, so... Oh, yep, I do see one major issue. Poliwag's tail has dissected itself. I suppose what happened is he shrank, and while the metal was still hot, it pulled apart. We will attempt to reattach them. But other than that, we will cut them apart and see how they look. Hope his arms don't fall off. removing large imperfections, and then I'll go in with the Kratex, see if it'll smooth it out. The Kratex wheel will leave flats, and this Scotch-Brite will not remove the flats. It's not quite abrasive enough. So there should almost be one thing in between the Kratex and this. And then from this we could go either to a high polish or the pin polisher. But I do like this. This gets rid of some of that rough texture created by the sandblasting or bead blasting, and does make polishing easier. It also makes it harder to hold because now everything is slippery. This wheel does flex enough to get in some of the nooks and crannies, which is nice. And I haven't yet launched a Pokémon across the room, so that's good. We're using precision gauge blocks in an attempt to reattach the tail. Then we let it dry and we'll see if it holds. So we super glued the tail on. Not the best fix, but it'll work for what we're doing. You can see the polishing. So where we removed the gates on the back, there was a little bit more file work done, so we have a nicer finish. The front is not as nice. It's still decent. We took the finished castings and sandblasted them to remove any oxides that were on them. From there was some hand filing that was done, and then we used like a Scotch-Brite type wheel for polishing, for rough polishing. And from there they went into the pin polisher. So this is the finish after the pin polisher being in there for about half an hour. A little bit disappointed with the finish on this one. I thought, well, being flat surfaces, that should have a nicer finish, and it isn't. And here too, if a person spent a bunch of time and filed on these surfaces, they would clean up quite nicely. He still looks cool though. The fists turned out really well here, I think. But that's been the case with a lot of what we're doing. The thinner cross-section features always turn out nice. So there they are. That's another batch finished. Thanks for watching. Don't let your memes be dreams.